at times. We'd get to see those two gal pals that she had in that one episode, like who they are, what their personalities are.
Yeah.
We get to see Candy and what's her name?
I think it's Rhonda, right?
Yeah, I think it is Rhonda. We get to see them, like, almost be like, sort of like a girl mystery fighting pack. Well, whenever, like, Seuss and Dipper are off doing something, like...
So it's like that web series Gotham Girls.
Yeah, like, I actually haven't I haven't ever really seen that, but it was just like, it's something that came, it actually was, just me, I was listening to the Gravity Falls theme, and I was just thinking, what if I was just, like, thinking, like, having, like, these scenes in my head of Mabel and Wendy doing all these, like, epic poses for some reason, and then I'm just, like, instead of the normal whisper, I said, the girls are still here, instead of, I am still here, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm a loony, and I want this to be real, because I thought that would be fun.
Oh, no, that is cool. In terms of, like, other stuff, I don't know, like, this would be more of a short comedy series, but the two cops. Like, not as a full-length, but not as, like, full-length episodes, just, like, little 5-minute comedy skits, because that's about as much as I can take them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
Are you listening, Teen Titans Go? Only 5 minutes.
Yeah. You know, like, little shorts, like what they do with the, when they take the old, Disney clips of the old cartoons, and they'll put them to, like, a song.
Yeah.
And have them, like, singing it or something.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool. Like, the little spin-off would be them watching old Disney cartoons and commentating on them.
That would be funny. That would be.
Or just have all the characters just come in as, like, what show... Oh, we're watching what's this? Donald? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun, because I know that they do that one with the songs. I know they have the Phineas and Ferb guest star thing, that they did for a while. I don't know what other ones they have, but they always use those little ones to fill up the extra time left by, like, certain shows, so...
Yeah.
And that 3-minute game show thing that they like so much.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's just... Because normally the only things I actually sit through the Phineas and Ferb have a guest star one, but, like, 3-minute game shows, I'm like, why am I getting these answers right and you're getting them wrong? How? Like, anyway, but yeah, like, that would be a cool filler, like, sort of thing, like, that they put in between the shows.
Yeah, not saying, not doing what Teen Titans Go is about to do.
Yeah, okay, thing is, my problem with Teen Titans Go, why is the animation worse than it is in the little, like, minute-long shorts? Can you tell me that? Why are you replacing our well-animated show with that looks like it's Flash animation or something, and then they have the really nice, chibified version of the original show, which, why is it different? That was what bugged me.
Yeah,
one of the big things.
The other thing that bothers me is the creators of Teen Titans Go, even though it's the same animation squad, the showrunners behind it have only watched a total of 2 episodes of the original show.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean, only 2 episodes? Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying that they've only watched 2 episodes of the original show, the creators of that?
Yeah.
Okay, no, done. You are... Oh, yeah. I hate people. Sometimes, like, why?
Yeah. So, I think we're pretty much done here before we go into a rant. So I want to thank everybody...
Before we get way off topic, because we're in another channel at this point.
Yeah. So, I want to thank PokeFangirl 4 for joining me on this great Q&A. Hope you guys... we got some questions out there. Other times it was just us just talking around, which is also fun.
Talking is always fun.
Yes. So, yeah, that's pretty much the Q&A. This was actually a lot better turnout than the last time of questions. I'm gonna have to do more of these Q&A centric ones, and I may come back to this topic sometime in the far off future. But yeah, we're out.
See ya.
Okay, it appears I've missed a question, so this question comes from Inazuma163, and he asks, if you had the chance to write an episode or two, how would they go? How would the two episodes go, like plot-wise? Also, let's pretend you're free to do whatever the hell you want. You just opened Pandora's box, my friend.
It's like all the things come out.
Yeah. So I think what I would do in terms of like a two-part story, there's so many, but I think the first and foremost one I'd like to write is an episode that was actually based off a fan fiction I wrote called The Time Conqueror, which I don't know if you saw my video at PokeFangirl 4 where I talk about all the original villains I created for the show.
No, I haven't seen that one yet, but I'm going to watch it. I have plans to.
Yeah. In there is a original character I created called Proteus. And Proteus, he's kind of like Kang the Conqueror from Avengers. But however, he rules the far-off future through... and he's also kind of put himself in different timelines. Like, in one timeline, he's King Arthur. In one timeline, he's Hercules. He's like all these mystical heroes through legend. And he rules the very 23rd century. But he comes back when his wife, Andromeda, comes down with a sickness that is thought to have been extinct, pneumonia. So he comes back to the past, and rather than just go normally, I'm going to take this cure, bring it back to my dying wife. No, I'm going to launch a full-scale assault because he figures might as well take over the far-off past now and get things going to my timeline. So the big twist is that he's Dipper's future self.
Oh dear.
Yeah. He is basically like he comes down with a vengeance. He launches a full-scale assault on the U.S. from the future, and I just had this epic line where they discover, what's going on. They don't discover who he is yet, but they basically discover where they're coming from. And Dipper goes, "We're not being invaded from space. We're being invaded by the future."
Oh crap.
Yeah. And Proteus wields Excalibur.
Oh dear.
And I made it that this sword can launch energy beams, it can create force fields, and he wears an armor that would make Tony Stark cry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is just epic in all versions of that word.
Yeah. So I definitely play around with that idea of time travel and bring back London Blandon, but in the story I had him where Proteus threw him, like he made him as a messenger boy and just tell him Proteus is coming. And what else was there? Like it's basically Dipper coming to the fact that he can't outrun his destiny. And he even tells me, what about the whole time paradox thing of you meeting your past self? And Proteus tells him, no, this was supposed to happen. Chronicled history. I meet you, then you get inspired to become me in the future. You can't beat around the bush on this one. Yeah. So it's inevitable that he's going to become like this in the future, and he later reveals that Andromeda is Wendy's future self. Yeah, and it's also kind of funny when Mabel brings up, why did you take the name Proteus? Was anyone going to take me seriously with the name Dipper? So that's just a little bit. In terms of like other stuff, I do like more psychological stories with it. I'd like to do something delving into the whole idea of can you be your own worst enemy kind of story. So That's just a little bit. What about you, fangirl?
Like, there are so many options. I guess what I would like to see is maybe I'm gonna steal a little bit from Fairly Odd Parents here, and maybe have Gideon trying to get Mabel to like keep her, is trying to put her in a storybook, I guess, and Dipper, trying to prevent it, jumps in with her, and they get stuck going through these storybooks trying to get out. And just because I love fairy tale stuff, so I think that would be fun, but like, it's not normal fairy tales. Like, it's the grim fairy tales. Like, they're not gonna show anything. Like, I mean, yeah, I understand I have free range with the question, but I mean, I'd go with like the whole, oh look, let's watch the ugly sister's eyes get picked out by the ravens. But I mean, like, it would just be heard but not seen.
Yeah.
Just because kid show.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like that whole American McGee kind of story with Alice.
Mhm. Yeah, I enjoy like the grim fairy tales. I wrote an Italia story once where there's a whole spell, and one of them involves the original Cinderella story, and involves that ending where the evil stepsisters, to try and fit into the slipper, one cuts off her toe, and the other one cuts off part of her heel, and the only reason the prince even notices is because there's a big trail of blood coming out of the shoe, and he's like, really? Yeah. And I don't even think it's the prince who notices. I think it's his page that notices and says, dude, blood everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think in terms of like other stuff I'd like to write a Wendy-centric episode. And I'd toy around with the whole fairy tale, but I'd put it in do a Wonderland story.
Wonderland stories are fun too.
Yeah. I'd have Dipper as the Mad Hatter.
Yes.
I don't know, like, I've toyed around with that idea before, but the problem is, it's kind of hard to do a Wonderland-esque story when everyone else and their mother's done one, and not make it, something akin to something that's already been done. So, like, other episodes I'd like to write are something along the lines of... sorry for the background noise. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to write about. I mean, there's so many other great ideas, but one specific thing I can't think about to write.
I know another one that would be good that I would probably want to write is Parallel Dimension, where they're outright evil, and Gideon and Pacifica and people like that are the outright good ones. Probably.
That story. That type, the whole mirror universe thing.
Yeah, completely inspired by the Justice Lords episode of Justice League, by the way.
Yeah.
Totally and completely, because I love that episode. And I love that storyline. Because I find those very interesting, especially when you come into contact with, like, is this what I could become if this happens to me?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a shot in the dark of how you'd make the characters. Mabel would be a little more sadistic and flat-out insane.
Oh, yeah, she'd be just as happy, but she would be, like, Pinky Cupcakes happy. If you know that.
If you all know that... If you all know that story, I weep for you.
Stay away from cupcakes.
Yeah.
And just, like, Dipper would be almost like...
He'd be almost like a Lex Luthor type character.
Yeah, he would be very calm, but, like, very smart and cunning. Very much like Lex, kinda.
Yeah.
But, and probably a lot more mature. Like, Dipper himself is mature for his age.
I think the word you're looking for is a little more suave.
Yes, suave is the word I'm looking for. So he'd be a lot more suave. Wendy would just be, gosh, She'd be a lot different, I think. 'Cause
A little more,